Welcome into the Sun Devil Source 2-minute drill. I'm your host, Mason Kern, alongside site publisher Chris Cartman, following Arizona State coach Herm Edwards' weekly press conference after the team's bye week and looking ahead to USC. Some bad losses in recent weeks. They're trying to bounce back. What more did Edwards say about bouncing back overall?
Well, they're in a little bit of a precarious situation, and Edwards didn't necessarily say it like that, but he knows that the team needs a win to get feeling better about itself. There have been some too many penalties, a lot of mistakes, Mason. So I think that they're in a situation where he needs to see if they can get a win, try to get them over the hump, get their mojo going, try to finish out this season. A loss would kind of be a spiraling effect type of a thing. It would maybe even put bowl eligibility in question.
Right.
They don't want to have any of those things, so they're really trying to take advantage of the extra time that they had to prepare for USC.
Right, and it's not going to get any easier to pick up a win this week against USC. Despite losing to Oregon pretty thoroughly last week, they still got a lot of great skill players, a lot of talent overall. What more did Edwards say just about the potency of that USC team overall?
Well, the benefit is that they're going to be playing here at Sun Devil Stadium as opposed to at Utah, at UCLA, difficult playing on the road. But as you said there, USC has some really great talent. And Edwards signaled out their wide receiver capability. They're long, athletic. They've given a lot of teams problems, including some good defenses, right? And what we've seen from ASU so far this season is even at Sun Devil Stadium against Colorado, against Washington State, the teams that have had those more potent passing types of offenses have given ASU some problems. And so that's something that ASU is going to have to be very aware of this game.
Right, and Edwards also was asked about Jake Plummer and his induction into the College Football Hall of Fame and kind of the importance of history. What more did he say kind of about that?
Well, just think about it, fans. That was over 20 years ago that Jake Plummer did what he accomplished here at Sun Devil Stadium. And Edwards just mentioned that history, as it goes by, a lot of people seem to sort of lose focus on that, or they think about the now, especially younger players. And it's important to remember history as a function of what's going to happen in the future. And also it corresponds with this being the 150th anniversary of college football. Edwards talked about growing up in the 50s and the 60s, watching one game a week on Saturday because it's all that there was on TV. The big name teams, USC, Ohio State, Michigan, and then emulating them in the park, doing the same thing after Sunday's games, and just kind of reflecting on what it was like for him at an earlier time in his life.
Right, and ASU will try and bounce back after their recent losses beat USC on Saturday. But right now, for site publisher Chris Cartman, I'm your host, Mason Kern. This has been a Sun Devil Source 2-minute drill.